the more I see Tatum these last few weeks, I part of it is just he's gone into such ISO mode. I think it's affecting other people. And I don't want to say he's to the level of Kyrie was to him, but he's, he's holding on to the ball. He's waiting for the floor to clear. It's like he's playing like the guy who worked out with Kobe all summer,
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's got to
Celtics fans'
change.
greatest fears realized already. It only took a couple years.
I can't believe I'm saying it. I think that's part of it. He's got to get back into moving the ball. I think Jaylen has been more straight ahead. I think Jaylen is actually trying to do the right things. And he's certainly been their most consistent when he's out there quarter to quarter. I mean, it's become a Tatum that you don't see him until the fourth quarter. It's, there's, I think.
Or like the other night when he erupted in the first quarter and then disappeared for, what seemed like the rest of the game and then showed up again late.
Yeah. And I'm not sure he's taking good shots. I think some of those threes are bad shots. And he, last night going in the fourth, what was he? I think he was 1 for 7 from 3.
He finished 1 for 8. So it's not like he had a terrific day. It's not like he was amazing. But when you talk about that, I love Jayson Tatum, and I keep going back to this one thing that Dwayne Wade said a couple of months ago on TNT. The problem with Jayson Tatum is Jayson Tatum, can basically hit any shot at any time on the floor that he wants, which is an unbelievable skill, especially when you're 23 years old. The problem with Tatum is he doesn't uplift the rest of the roster like he needs to for this team to be who they need to be. And I'm not, and this is the thing that, Adam, you and I talked about this at the beginning of the season. This is the first year in the Tatum Brown era, where they're, 1 and 2 in the pecking order, et cetera. Mm-hmm. But this is the first year these guys are going to actually get some serious scrutiny, in terms of wearing the problems that this team has, and them accepting responsibility and blame for this thing, right? Because everybody's trying to throw around, where does the blame go? Where does the blame go? And as Danny said this morning on 98.5, everybody shares the responsibility of losing. I mean, Danny said, I accept some of this. It's on Brad, but it's also on our players. And he was talking about it more in terms of Brad, how, Brad's not out there, going 11 of 40, whatever the Celtics went last night against Dallas. Brad's not out there shooting shots. He's only trying to get people in the right places. He's not the one controlling where the ball goes all the time. So when you get back to blaming the product on the floor, that, is that blame starts at the top. That starts with Tatum. And I got into a little bit of this a couple of days ago with some people on Twitter about some of the shots that Tatum takes and about how people throw numbers at me. Oh, Tatum shooting 40 whatever percent on, pull up threes, but the step back three, early in the shot clock from 28 feet, 29, 30 feet is not a good shot, especially when you're not in rhythm. My problem with Tatum is, he thinks he can create himself some rhythm with that shot at any time during the game, where you and I, and all of us, I think, understand, if you're not in rhythm to start the game, and when Tatum's in rhythm, he'll hit a couple of threes in a row, and you're like, all right, now he's cooking. But the best way for a guy to get in rhythm is to try and drive to the basket, try and get fouled, and go to the free throw line. And this team, and Kemba's done a good job of it recently, getting to the free throw line. They brought in Fournier to kind of help that. But this team lacks rhythm consistently. Right. And part of that is because this team does not get to the free throw line and does not take free throws. And, you're trying to hit home runs constantly. And when you're not in rhythm, those home runs, they don't fall.